India versus Australia in the final of the World Test Championship. Months after the Border Gavaskar Trophy was played out in India. And remember, India have a dominant record in Test cricket against the Australians since 2016. We've spoken about it, right? India, of course, went to Australia on the tour of 2014-15 where they lost to the Aussies at home. But ever since, India have been phenomenal, really. Australia came to India in 2016, India won. Then followed history, really. India going to Australia on 2 successive tours and they won both those series down under. Then Australia came to India earlier this year for the latest edition of the Border Gavaskar Trophy and, well, you have it. India won that series again. Of course, Australia won that one test match, but you could see that India were potentially the much better side with the conditions at home. Yes, there were problems with the batting. Yes, the Australian spinners put India under some sense of pressure, but the Indian spinners just way too good. Ashwin and Jadeja, phenomenal. But this World Test Championship final is a different beast altogether, playing at a neutral venue. This is, of course, the second edition of the WTC. Remember, India had made it to the final of the previous WTC cycle where they lost to New Zealand. That final was also played in England, and this final also in England to be played at the Oval. Now, what are the conditions? In the lead up to the final, it's been sunny, it's been warm, pretty unlike conditions in England that you'd expect. You know, when you talk of Test cricket in England, you expect overcast conditions, you expect the ball to seam, swing, a lot of movement. As of now, though, conditions are holding up, and that also has added some flavor to the debate of whether India should play 2 spinners. They have 2 world-class spin bowling all-rounders in Ravi Jadeja and Ravichandran Ashwin. So that is going to be a good headache to have for India, who's also got Shardul Thakur. Shardul Thakur, remember, in England, made a vital impact in that tour in 2021. Good all-round performances, key wickets, runs with the bat. In fact, in that test match, he scored 2 half centuries to really pull India out of trouble. So India's composition, you look at the batting lineup and you seem to think that they almost pick themselves. Shubman Gill and captain Rohit Sharma at the top. You have Chiteshwar Pujara, Virat Kohli at number 4, Ajinkya Rahane making a comeback into the test team at number 5. And therein starts that debate. Who are you going to play as wicketkeeper? Is it going to be Kona Bharat? Is it going to be Ishan Kishan, who makes his debut in Test cricket? Imagine at the World Test Championship final nonetheless. Then you have Ravindra Jadeja, who again almost picks himself, probably because of his superior batting skills. And then if it's sunny, if it's warm, if you think there's going to be some impact for spinners, you'll probably look at Ashwin. Then there's Shardul Thakur as well, who also adds health to the batting lineup. Mohammad Shami, Mohammad Siraj, almost certainties. But will Umesh Yadav play, or will India play an extra spinner? All of that is going to be extremely important to note as we build up to the WTC final. For Australia, well, Josh Hazlewood has been ruled out of the final, but they still have a very potent pace attack, led by Pat Cummins and Mitchell Starc. There is plenty of fire in that pace lineup as well. David Warner and Usman Khawaja. Then you have Marnus Labuschagne, Steve Smith, Travis Head. All of these guys really make a strong batting lineup. Of course, most of them didn't fire in India, but they'd be raring to go in England. It's going to be a fascinating week of Test cricket. Stay tuned to India Today and IndiaToday.in/sports for all the latest from the Oval at the World Test Championship between Australia and India from the 7th of June. This was Rajesh Gupta bringing this to you for India Today YouTube.